Hey guys, how are we doing? So just a little bit of a different video here. I have literally just this second of recording this finished watching the the live action Death Note movie on Netflix, and I thought I'd give my opinion on what I thought of it, what I liked and what I disliked about it. And yeah, I tried making notes while I was watching it, but then I actually got so into the movie that I kind of forgot that I was making notes. So I'm gonna try and remember as much as I can off the top of my head. I mean, I've only just finished it now, so it's quite fresh. But all in all, I actually quite enjoyed this film. Very difficult for me to not make comparisons to the original anime and manga, because I love that show so much. So when watching this, I was trying so hard to not be like, well, L wouldn't be like that, Light wouldn't be like that, blah blah blah. But all in all, let's talk about this movie instead of trying to compare it to what it was. Okay, the one annoying thing for me at the start was the fact that the Death Note just dropped next to Light, whereas in the anime, but again, like, I'm going to try and not compare it. So, annoyed me that the note just dropped next to him, but hey, they really do get into the story, because it's only an hour and 40 minutes long, and I say only an hour and 40 minutes when the anime is like 52 episodes and all this stuff happens, so it does seem quite fast-paced, the first half of the movie, getting everything established with the book and everything. But I thought it was interesting that when Light gets the book, there's already names in it, so someone has already had this book before him. I thought that was quite kind of cool. And I don't know if it was meant to be, but I found it absolutely hilarious when Light met Ryuk for the first time, because he starts screaming like really high pitched as everything's, and I've just like, it was hilarious to me. And then all of a sudden the tone just switches, and Ryuk just pushes him to use the book on someone at school. And just so you know, I'm probably gonna like unintentionally give a load of spoilers here, so just heads up, there will be spoilers in me discussing this. But yeah, Ryuk really pushes him to use the book, and Willem Dafoe is just so good at the voice. That's what I liked. Like the characters act like, I felt like they act more realistically to the situation. Like, he's a kid who has a book and he does all this stuff, and it's like, how do you cope with it? Even though he's clever and he's smart, it's not like over the top, like kind of like in the anime. He has like issues at home. His mum was killed by someone, so like when he has the book and he realizes how it works, he starts off like with a whole revenge thing in his head. Like, it's I'm gonna avenge my mum. I'm gonna use this book. But then, being the typical teenager, he fancies this girl called Mia, so they've changed Misa's name to Mia, and he just tells her about the book. And I was just kind of like, yeah, you kind of would. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's intrigued, she's interested, you're talking to her, and then it's like, well, look what else I got. It's me, I'm doing this. And he even demonstrates to her how it works. And I actually, like, a lot of people have probably argued with me that it's stupid that they did that, but I feel like that's what would go down. If you're a teenager with this book at school and this cheerleader, right, is like into you, you'd be like, well, look what I've got, this is so cool. So, and then she loves the whole idea of the book and that. I like Mia, I liked her a lot, but her character like had a lot of stuff going on, and she was really pushing Light to do things that needed to be done, and he wasn't willing to do them himself. And the film's clever in making you think that certain things are happening, and Ryuk being Ryuk, he still kind of like doesn't explain everything that's going on. He's still quite enjoying the whole thing, likes to sit back, watch and laugh, and he doesn't really care about the consequences to people, because why should he? L was an interesting character. L was very different as well. They did throw in similarities, like he's eating sweets and the way he sits and that. But he is strange at first, but then he's very more emotionally, like, he has a lot more emotions than in the anime. Like, some weird stuff happens with Watery, which is like dude that he's grown up with since he was younger, who's trained him to be the detective, and he goes ballistic. And I enjoyed this movie. The ending was a bit weird, but I really liked this movie. There's some twists in this film that you could possibly see come in, but Mia, I don't want to spoil stuff, but like Mia does a lot of stuff. Like the film makes you think that Ryuk's messing like about, and then when you learn stuff, it's like it's actually Mia doing stuff in the background. She wants the book. Like that was the thing. There's a moment when you realise how far Mia's willing to go when Light's dad publicly says that he's going to help track down Kira, and the whole point is that like Kira needs a name and a face, so she'd be able to kill him while he's doing that. And she's like, well, write his name in the book. I was like, what the fuck? That's his dad. You can't be saying that. And she's like, well, you need to. And he doesn't, obviously. And then she's pissed off, but then Elle's like, well, it has to be him then. Blah, blah, blah. And then other stuff happens with Mia as well. In fact, fuck it, I'm going to talk about this film. I'm going to talk about everything that happens in this, because this is just... Right. So, the whole thing with Watery was weird. They do a whole, like, big thing with Watery where, like, Light just, like, writes Watery's name in a book and then says, Watery gets obsessed with wanting to find out the true identity of Elle and will contact on this number whenever he has information, blah, 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 and then just goes off on this thing to find him. And then when Watery eventually dies, Elle just becomes obsessed with proving that Light is Elle, or at least just stopping him, and he is emotionally driven. Properly emotionally driven. And he becomes obsessed with finding Light. Mia really pushes things to the fucking next level, right? She screws Light over because there becomes a rule. I'm not sure if this was a real rule in the book. In fact, I've got a replica I should check. But apparently, if you burn the note with a person's name on it before the time of death, it will not affect them, and you can only burn one page. Which is an interesting thing, because what he was going to do is, he wasn't actually going to let Watery die. He's going to, like, have Watery find the information and burn the book, so that because he doesn't want to kill anyone that's innocent. Light insists on not killing anyone that has done bad things, and Mia is the opposite. So, the whole thing with Watery was weird. In the middle of the film, all these FBI agents die, similar to the Death Note movie. I'm going to make some comparisons in a minute as well. And it's implied that Ryuk did it, because Ryuk even says you weren't willing to do it. But then it turns out, so we're near the end of the movie here. I've brushed over a lot. Go watch it, it's good. But it turns out that Mia has... She takes the page from the book with Watery's name, so Light can't burn it. But she also has a page that she's taken herself a while ago, and she killed all the FBI agents, right? And she has wrote Light's name in the Death Note. So her planning is that she wants the Death Note, she wants to own it, and is willing to save Light because he didn't burn the page that Watery's name is on. She can burn his name so that he won't die, but then she wants to own the book. And then Light does the clever Light thing, like anime wise. I thought like he has his mad plan where he goes online and he finds all these different people that are close by that are bad to help him out in a situation where he ends up not dying, Mia dies, and then the Death Note comes back to him, and then the ending's weird because Elle finds, oh, that was a good one. Elle then goes, right, okay, check out Mia's apartment, finds the page that she had, looks at the photo of Light, and then there's this moment where it's like, is he gonna write his name or not? Because he's proper just like emotions all over the place, and it kind of just ends with Light's dad figuring out that he did it, because they're talking about all the victims, and the first proper thing that links it is the person that killed Light's mum, because his dad completely like brushed over because he was happy that he died and that. And then he's talking to him in the hospital and he's like, it was you, weren't it? And he's like, well, yeah. And then it just kind of ends, and I kind of like it. It's, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. There's a lot of stuff you could compare it to like there's a lot of stuff that they screwed themselves over with by not copying from the anime. Like not wait in the anime, Misa in the anime, she has her own Death Note. She has her own Death God, and she has the Shinigami eyes, which is a deal you could do so you could see a person's name. They don't do any of that. They don't even mention the Shinigami eye option in this film. And because they don't have the whole, like, her having her eyes, he's seen his face. Oh yeah, he sees his face at some point but doesn't know the name. He needs the name and the face. Because they don't do the whole thing with Misa they did in the anime, they then had to do the whole thing with Wataru, which seemed very convoluted to me. But the way they filmed it and the pace and everything was pretty damn cool. The soundtrack I really like. It's got a really 80s synth feel to it. It's cool. There's a really cool chase scene with Light and L, where they're just running through people's apartments and restaurants and stuff. I really like the way that was filmed. Yeah, I liked it. In fact, I'm giving it a click here now on my Netflix. Boom. What are you doing? Thanks for rating. No problem. Got it. Alright. Right up. Like it. Click like. Anyway. Definitely worth a watch. I can understand why people won't like it, because you will just compare it to the anime, and the Death Note anime is just incredible. So I can understand why you'd be frustrated when watching this film, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I will probably watch it again, actually. Probably get the guys round. We watch it together. But yeah, definitely worth a watch, guys. I'm sorry if this was a complete waste of like me just babbling on blah blah blah, but I just wanted to put my opinion out there. I like talking, especially when I've had a couple of energy drinks. Have you seen the film? What do you think? Let's have a discussion down below. Come on. Disagree with some of the stuff I've said, and let's talk about why I'm wrong. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I don't want to keep going on. But yeah, thank you for watching this. If you watched all of this, wow. Click like, subscribe if you have not already, leave comments down below, let me know what you'd like to watch and discuss in future videos, and I shall see you guys, yes, you guys, next time.